Well, I took another Friday off down here at Carthage, Missouri by the Spring River, part of historic Route 66. Heading down to Knoll, Missouri to scout out where we're gonna go on a float trip tomorrow. Haven't got to do much on the XR lately, because this last week my son and I have been putting up a new shop. So one thing I did do last night is I don't ever have a rider or a passenger on these bikes, so I usually take off the pegs, but this one was mounted to the exhaust too, so I'd kind of hesitated, but I got to look and took the both pegs off, really opened the area up, and that Vance and Hines is mounted with a huge flat metal plate in there. And the front of it goes up to that passenger peg. So took the passenger peg off, cut the mount off there. Figured if it didn't work good, I could always weld it back on, but shoot, 70 miles later, she's still solid as a rock. So if I keep this exhaust, that's the way I like it. I like having the more open look. No need to have the pegs on there if I'm not going to use them. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 287 miles later, and I am back from my short little early morning ride. I'm not sure I know what short ride means. That's probably why nobody rides with me. But exhaust stayed put, everything worked fine. Here is the chunk that I cut off of that bracket. That is steel, and it's a pretty good chunk. And I figured if anything did go wrong with it, I could weld it back on and put the peg back on. But sometimes I don't really care for this exhaust, and then sometimes I really, really like it. It does sound good. But I like knocking every little ounce that I can take off of it. Somebody had a real good deal on PWM, PMW, something kind of wheels for these on one of the message boards. Like $1,300 for a set of wheels, which was a real good deal, and it like knocked the weight of the wheels in half. But I just can't do that. Not that I couldn't spend the $1,300, but man, it would be hard to replace the wheels if something did happen to one of them. And then these roads in Missouri can be kind of rough on stuff. So while I'll change what I can to make it lighter, I'm going to keep stuff like the wheels heavy duty. It's not a track bike. I am not a racer. But definitely had a good time today. Still loving the bike. Everything worked good. Still charging. Not leaking oil. I'm happy.